We are, all of us, invented. We are all of us cobbled together from cartilage and dust. Few of us know with certainty the name of our maker, but I do. Bram Stoker, born 8 November 1847, Dublin. A sickly child who loved his mother. A young man who, like all young men, fell in with the crowd. Yes, that crowd. That theater crowd. And our young Brown entered the theatrical profession in as low and base a manner as one possibly can. As a critic. In 1897, at age 50, Bram Stoker published a book that would, in time, become his definitive work. And in doing so, created me. And he gave to me a name, Renfield. And he gave to me something more, something that so many of you wish for, pray for, beg for, and yet will never attain. Immortality. I have never forgiven him that.
And therefore be of great help to him in his work as a solicitor.
How fascinating.
He's keeping a journal of his thoughts abroad.
A journal? Really?
Yes. In shorthand. And when he returns, I'll be able to put my new training to work.
I see.
I've been practicing very hard. Shorthand is a much more difficult task than most people realize. It requires a certain sense of... Lucy, stop it!
I won't stop till you put an end to all this talk of business and journals.
But I haven't seen you in months. I thought that you would...
So don't talk to me of numbers and letters. Tell me about your heart. You're my one true friend. Only you can tell me of the things that dare not leave this room. Please? Very well. You've become a practical young woman, about to marry a man who leaves you cold.
No, not cold. Not cold at all. Sometimes when I think of his touch, my hands tremble. I can feel my heart beating in my throat.
Oh, Mina!
Oh, he's only been gone a week and already I ache for him. When a letter arrives from him, his words make my hopes sing.
My darling Mina, I write to you from the heart of the Carpathian Mountains. We are spending the night in Bistritz at a fine hotel recommended by my client the Count. Tomorrow he will send a carriage and we will begin our work at his castle. I am told this region, known as Transylvania, is one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe. How fortunate that my work allows me exotic trips to such strange and distant countries. And the food! Tonight we had forcemeat stuffed with eggplant, which they call emplatata. And before you ask, yes, I did get a copy of the recipe for you. After dinner, a strange woman, reeking of garlic, took me aside and told me that tomorrow was St. George's Day, and that I should not travel to go visit the Count. She said that at midnight dead spirits will rise and evil will hold sway over the world. Such amusing pagans these people are. She went as far as to press her rosary to my hand. I kept it as a souvenir of the delightful earnestness of these simple, misguided souls. Oh, my faraway Mina, how my heart rejoices at the thought of you. I will be home safely and soon, your loving husband-to-be, Jonathan.
Jonathan! Oh, sweet Mina, not only my heart rejoices.
Lucy, you're mad.
Miss Lucy, that gentleman is here again.
What gentleman?
Mr. Seward, the doctor.
A doctor? Lucy!
What should I tell him?
Tell him to come back tomorrow. I am indisposed.
Very well.
Why didn't you tell me?
And do open the window on your way out. How many times must I ask you?
No secrets, Lucy. That's what we've said to one another since we were children. There has to be a bond of trust between us. So tell me.
Oh, Mina, can't you guess? I'm in love. I needn't tell you the secret must not leave this room. I'm in love, Mina. Oh, how bountiful is the world and how true are the proverbs.
The Proverbs?
It never rains, but it pours. Mina, I am not indisposed. I am undecided.
Whether to marry him or not?
No. Which one of them to marry?
There's more than one.
Three. 3 suitors. Me, who all these years never had even one. 2 of them have already proposed.
Who?
Mr. Holmwood, the judge, Mr. Morris, the Texan, and now Dr. Seward, only 29 and already in control of an immense lunatic asylum. He is versed in the arts of dream interpretation and hypnosis. Oh, I can fancy what a wonderful power he must have over his patients.
But Lucy, what will you do?
Why can't they let a girl marry 3 men and save all this trouble? Yes, I know, that is heresy. And I must not say it, but, dear Mina, all this happiness has made me so utterly miserable.
Oh, Lucy, hold tight and have hope. My love is too far and your loves are too near. We shall mingle in our tears together.
My dear Mina, what a place I am in. Mr. Dawkins never let on what a grand job he assigned to me. I must thank him upon my return. The coachman came as scheduled and loaded all my things in silence, and we took off into the night. The cold air was pierced by the thrilling call of wolves, seemingly hundreds of them. And in fact, when I lit a match to look at my watch, the reflection in the carriage window gave the illusion of thousands of pairs of red eyes, staring from the hillsides around me. It gave me a wonderful fright. When we arrived at the castle, I tried, but failed to see the coachman's face. He lifted all my belongings with a single hand, and when I mentioned the swiftness of his horses, his only reply was, "The dead travel fast." For his part, the Count was ever so cordial, and seeing my fatigue led me directly to this room. It is well appointed and not unlike a home in England, except for the complete absence of mirrors. We can learn, I am sure, from this noble absence of vanity.
Oh, hello, Dr. Seward.
Do call me John, won't you? I'm sorry I disturbed you yesterday. It was impulsive of me.
Not at all. I was
Indisposed, the maid told me.
sickly, actually.
In what way? A fever?
Yes, a fever.
And now? Are you feeling better now?
I don't know. Am I? Well,
There is but one thing out of the ordinary.
and what is that?
Your incomparable beauty. You are not ill, Lucy. It is I who carry an illness. It eats away at me day and night, and its only remedy resides in the very heart which afflicts me. Your heart. May I speak? My dear Lucy, let me say it out loud. I work with lunatics. An amusing statement, yes. A cavalier admission in the eyes of the world. But the world does not see what I see. Each day, in ways too intricate to mention, I glimpse the mad souls of men. And from this, I have learned the following. That we have, all of us, a secret life. And though we are loath to divulge it, we do on occasion grant access. We do, in rare and remarkable ways, allow one person proximity into our hidden self. What I know of you, Lucy, is terribly dear to me. And what I will never know of you is dearer still. So, please, accept me and be cherished above all women. Bid me stay and be to your final days adored. that I be struck dumb, that I be swept away to sea and pummeled into driftwood. My sweet, kind-hearted Lucy, I'm a brute. I am carrion for vultures and worms. I have wrought tears into the very eyes in which I least intended them. You cannot love me at present. That is the clear and stinging prognosis which I must accept. But tell me, dare I hope? Could you learn to love me in time? There is someone already, your heart making way for your hand as previously betrothed. Am I right, dear Lucy? I feared that two forever gain the loss of the third. Hear me now. From this moment on, your happiness is my fondest wish. If your heart were free, a man might have hope, but in place of hope, I give you something much stronger and eminently wiser. I give you my friendship, and whatever you need of it shall be yours for the asking. And from you, if I might have a remembrance, something like your mirror, which has held your image as vividly as I. That kiss, sweet Lucy, will be something to keep off the darkness. That is done, then. We have been rebuffed. The world is empty and there is nothing else worth doing. Fortunately, there is one way in which a lost love can be revenged. At the hand of one's work. Renfield! Yes. How is he?
Quite well, sir. On his best behavior. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I told you to keep him to his madness. How can I study him if you allow him to revert to his sanity? Get out of my sight!
You've been crying.
What?
Mind your step. There is life
The spiders. They've nearly doubled.
I lure them. I house them. The world feeds on the carcass of itself. May I smell you?
What?
Please, please. Salt, I think. Salt and perfume. You too have been in the presence of life.
For God's sake!
Life tastes good, doesn't it, Johnny?
You've trained the sparrow, I see.
Yes, a good bird, that. Why won't she marry you?
What are you talking about?
I should brood if I were you. I should brood and think of sporadic killings.
But why, Renfield? Why the eating of flies and spiders?
I have a great love for animals.
No evasions today. I'm not in a mood. No, again!
They're life, and they give life to me. I absorb it through them. Blood, running through blood.
And the notebook?
No!
You must have a plan of some kind.
No!
First the flies, then the spiders, then the sparrow. You have a plan!
No!
I shall solve you, Renfield! You're a life-eating maniac, and I shall solve the secret of your mind! I'm not afraid of the world's rampant complacency. To question is to discover. Men sneered at the vivisection, and yet, look at its results today. Why not, therefore, advance science in its most difficult and vital aspect, the brain? For if I had the key to just one lunatic, I might advance my own branch of science to such lofty esteem that Burton Sanderson's physiology would be as nothing!
And Miss Lucy would give her hand.
Shut up!
May I have a kitten?
What?
A kitten, please. Please. A nice, playful little kitten. Meow. That I can play with, and teach, and feed, and feed, and feed. No one would refuse me a kitten, would they?
How is it you know her name?
Bird blood, feather blood, spider blood, fly blood, bird blood, feather blood, spider blood, fly.
Tell me! Miss Lucy, how do you know her name?
My master!
What?
My master told me!
sweet Mina. I am all in a sea of wonders. I think strange thoughts which I dare not confess to mine own soul. There is something of a nightmare about this place, and I fear my superstitions may run riot within me. And the Count, my host, what manner of a man is this? I feel the dread of his presence overwhelming me. I am encompassed about with terrors that I dare not think of.
Lucy, go to bed. It's just a dream. You're sleepwalking again. Go back to bed. The storm has frightened you. You're having another dream. Come morning, it'll all be gone. Lucy, what is it? What's there? The waves are wild. The ship is being tossed about. Lucy, come down from there. You're scaring me.
But fear not. The ship will find its port. The ship will best the storm.
There are no ships, Lucy. None would be out on a night like this.
Look, there it is, riding the waves, pounding about on the blood of the earth.
It is he! He has come! The master has come!
It's a storm, I think. It set him off somehow.
Renfield, what is it?
My master grows near!
Who are you talking about?
The bride maidens rejoice the coming of the bride. When the bride draweth nigh, the maiden shine not.
I think he's had a reckoning. I think he's found God.
I pray not. Homicidal mania and religious fervor are a dangerous combination. Renfield, what are you doing?
I must be clean for my master!
Your flies are gone, and the spiders are gone also. Look at me. Where are they gone? And where's your sparrow? Where is it?
Oh, my God!
Bind him now!
The digging! All day and night, the digging! The constant digging! Oh, my faraway Mina, if only I knew what it all meant. Great wooden boxes have been hauled away, and for what reason? I fear I am the only living soul within this place, and everywhere I turn, doors, doors, doors! All locked and bolted! I am a prisoner! And now I know, Mina! Now I know the all men! And now I know what I must do!
Renfield, let him go!
There are devils that
You've been nice to me!
if I fail!
Now he's my
Goodbye,
pet!
sweet Mina.
understand.
Goodbye, my friend!
You will be punished! I promise you!
My master will protect me! Listen to the wind! Listen to what howling near say the waves! The master!
It's just as they said.
Yes.
What could have? No. It's too horrible to think of. Did any of the crew survive?
Only a dog, they say.
A dog?
A large gray dog, which leapt from the ship. Well, so they say.
A wonder it even made it to port in a storm like that.
A miracle.
Pardon my manners. I don't believe I know you. I'm John Seward.
You had the asylum, do you not?
Yes, I do. And you are?
Harker. Jonathan Harker.
Well, Mr. Harker, A true pleasure. I've heard of you from Miss Lucy Westenra. You're engaged, I believe, to her friend, Mina.
Yes, and you to Lucy. I'm told she's very beautiful.
How odd to meet you here.
Where else would you have us to meet?
Well, yes, you're right. Good to, though, finally.
He was a righteous man. Is this what you suppose happens to righteous men?
And this fact the strangest. He has lashed himself to the wheel with his own rosary.
Yes.
We will never know, will we?
That depends, I suppose,
And how do you mean?
on what you're hoping to know. Good day.
And then?
I've told you enough.
No, Mina, I must know.
Then I found you on the cliff, lying amid the rocks. It's a wonder you didn't fall. I wrapped you in a blanket and brought you home.
Mina?
You're fine now and safe. I've sent for Dr. Seward.
Mina, listen to me. You must, as my dearest friend, promise me this, that you'll tell no one of these odd events, not even my family. Promise me.
I promise.
And what of you? What is the news from Jonathan?
There is no news. A fortnight and still no word from him. Dr. Seward, ma'am.
Good morning, ladies. You must be Mina.
Thank you for coming. Lucy commends your skill as a doctor.
More minds have I treated than bodies, but I'll do what I can. How is she?
Weak and very pale. Please.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello again.
When did this begin?
The storm last night. I slept poorly.
Bad dreams?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
It's very vague.
Try, Lucy.
There was a howling. A dog howling.
A dog?
Or many of them. Hundreds or more. As if the whole town were full of them. And I seemed to be sinking into deep water. Green water. And there was a singing in my ears. And then...
Go on.
And then something very sweet and very bitter around me all at once. Everything seemed to be passing away from me. My soul seemed to float about in the air. And then Mina woke me and told me I'd been dreaming.
Dr. Seward, what is it?
There is a mark on your neck.
A mark?
A red mark. As though you have been kissed there. Have you been?
No, John.
I'll begin with your blood.
My blood?
I'll assess its qualities to discover any malady that may reside within.
Do as he says now. Don't be frightened.
Miss Lucy,
Yes.
may I have your hand? There we are. If you'll wrap this, Mina.
John,
Yes?
you are my true friend.
Miss Mina, a letter has arrived for you. Shall I bring it in?
For where is it posted?
From a hospital, ma'am, in Budapest.
I'll be right there.
Mina, I pray the news is...
Save your strength. I'll see you when you wake. Thank you, Dr. Seward.
Keep a watchful eye, and don't let you leave this room.
I won't.
Miss Mina, if I may, you are as remarkable as Lucy described.
As are you, Dr. Seward.
Earlier today, I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Harker, your fiancé. He seems a fine man. What is it?
Oh, that's impossible. He's been out of the country.
Well, perhaps...
Till just now, I've had no word in weeks. Why would you say such a thing?
Miss Mina!
I'm so warm, John. Won't you open the window?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. May I help
Say
you?
it.
I beg your pardon?
This is the home of Miss Lucy, is it not?
It is, but
Say it. You're very beautiful. You know that, don't you? Now, say it.
You may enter.
Remember me, won't you?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Jonathan, I took a boat to Hamburg as soon as I heard, and then the train here. They say that you've had a terrible shock, and that you're suffering from a violent brain fever. Oh, Jonathan, your eyes. All light, all resolution is completely gone from them. Please tell me, what has happened? They say you'll be well enough to travel in a few days. And they've given me your things, only I couldn't find your briefcase among them. Only this. And I'm not sure whether... Jonathan?
Mina, we have spoken of a trust between a husband and a wife, that there should be no secrets, no concealment between us. I have been driven mad, but amid this torture, one gift, the loss of memory. I have no idea which thoughts were real and which were just insidious dreams of a madman. The secret lies here in my journal. Take it. Keep it. Read it if you must, but never let me know. I do not want to return to those bitter hours, those ghastly days. So unless solemn duty bids you do otherwise, keep this to your heart only, so long as we two shall be as one.
It's done. Let's go home.
Good evening. Don't be frightened.
Mother!
Your mother is indisposed, as are the servants.
Mina, help me!
Mina too is gone. We are alone, sweet Lucy. Your friend, Dr. Seward, has examined your blood and found it to be rich and healthy. I share his diagnosis.
Oh, no! No! Help me! Please,
I want your fear, for your fear like a current rushes through your body. It makes your heart pound. Your fear renders your veins rich and full. It hemorrhages deliciously within you. Do what I am thinking. It's only a dream, Lucy. You've been sleepwalking again. And your friend, Miss Mina, shall keep our secret too. When you wake, you shall remember only the cry of a wolf and the crash of the sea.
I'm here, Master! I'm here to do your bidding! And now that you're near, I await your commands!
Virgil, what is it?
And I pray you, do not pass me by, dear Master!
Who are you talking to?
When you distribute your glorious tidings, do not pass me by! You're out late.
What? Yes, listen to
And
me
no, she's promised to another. You keep watch. You maintain an avid readiness.
I am not
But
maintaining.
we can wait, can't we, Johnny? Clever men that we are, we can wait for the riches to fill our cup. Do not forget me! We are one man, Johnny. We host a common longing. You await her deep mysteries, as I await my master's gifts.
I shall solve you, Renfield! I will unearth the mad logic of your mind. Now I demand to know, who is your master?
We are men at the mercy of angels.
Dr. Seward?
Not now!
It's Miss Lucy, sir. She's been taken ill.
The unexpected always happens.
You are my friend and master, and you know more about obscure diseases than anyone in the world. You are a philosopher, a metaphysician, and the most advanced scientist of your day. You have an absolutely open mind, an iron nerve, a temper of ice, an indomitable resolution, and the kindliest and truest heart that beats. These things provide the equipment for the noble work which you are doing for the good of mankind. I entreat you now, with an all-embracing humility, to come to the aid of my dear, sweet Lucy. To be clear, I am no slave to flattery. A man's reputation is the most imperfect science of all. I, for one, would love to meet the man whom young Dr. Seward describes. No, what swayed me was the blunt accuracy of his postscript. P.S. Do remember that I once saved your life.
She seems to be fading away, each day more pale, gasping for air.
Miss Lucy, can you hear me? I'm Abraham von Helsing. I've come from Amsterdam at Dr. Seward's request. I must ask you a question or two. Would that be all right? Good. Now, have you had a fall lately, or a fright of some kind? Anything out of the ordinary?
Only the dreams.
Tell me.
I tried not to sleep. I tried so hard not to sleep.
Why, Lucy?
And yet, I must have slept. Because the clock struck 12 and woke me. There was a scratching, a flapping of something at the window. What could that have been?
The wind, I suspect, or the rustling of trees.
And the dreams, what do you remember of them?
A wolf. The cry of a wolf. And the sound of the sea.
Anything else?
Only that.
Here, lie back, rest now. Who has access to this room?
Only myself, her mother, and the maid.
I want to speak to them. Don't ask just yet, but there may be cause. There's always cause for everything. Miss Lucy, I'd like you to drink this. It's a bit of brandy and a sleeping aid. It will help you rest.
I don't want to sleep. I'd rather die than ever sleep again. This weakness comes to me in my dreams. I feel unclean. I feel as if there was no air. No air at all. As if there was...
Shh, quiet.
You must wake me from my dreams!
Quiet now. We shall keep you safe. Now drink this and rest.
I will stay here with you, Lucy. I shan't leave you. What is it?
She wants blood, my friend, and blood she must have or she will die. Roll up your sleeve. There is no time to waste.
I have never seen such instruments.
The ghastly paraphernalia of our beneficial trade. Swab your arm with this.
She fears her dreams, but dreaming alone cannot render such havoc. I remember nothing from my studies that ever spoke of such a...
Remember, friend, that knowledge is stronger than memory, and we should not trust the weaker. Lift your arm a degree. Good. Now, the case of our dear miss is one which may be, mind I say may be, of such interest that it may generate new and vital knowledge as to the canon of catastrophe. Take then good note of it. Nothing is too small. I counsel you, put down in record even your doubts and surmises.
You speak as though formulating a theory.
Be this not love in its purest sense, to transfer from full veins of one to empty veins of the other? Now, my good friend John, this word of caution. You deal with madmen. All men are mad in some way or the other, and inasmuch as you deal discreetly with your madmen, so too must you deal with God's madmen.
And who might they be?
The rest of the world. You and I must keep knowledge in its place. We must keep what we learn here and here. Trust only one another with these secrets.
You speak as though playing a game.
I assure you, John, there is no jest here. Only life and death. Perhaps more.
Lucy, what has happened to her?
She's resting now. Professor Von Helsing has just completed a blood transfusion. Professor, Lucy's dear friend, Miss Mina Murray.
Hello.
An honor. We've done all we can at present.
But what is the cause?
A mystery and want of pursuit.
You've just returned from Budapest?
Yes.
And Mr. Harker, how is he?
He is restored, God be thanked. His good humor has returned and his terrors have abated. Coming home, it seems, has proved the most soothing medicine. Oh, here he is. Jonathan, this is Dr. Seward. And that's Professor Van Helsing. They've been looking after Lucy. Jonathan?
It is the man himself. Just now on the street outside, I saw him. With my own 2 eyes, I saw him. My God, it is the man himself.
Jonathan,
but he has grown young. The gray hair, the weathered face are gone. Such a change that I thought mine own 2 eyes had mistaken. But there can be no mistake. It is truly he. Oh, if I had only known.
Enough
and that I, wretched fate, was his solicitor. Would I have had my knife with me then? No, the thought would drive me mad.
Jonathan!
I have loosed him on England, and every winding circle of death have I brought to these shores. I had my chance, and I did nothing. My failure shall not go unpunished.
Into the other room.
Forgive me, oh God. Forgive me, oh me.
10 milligrams. He's calm now. It will... Miss Mina?
A shadowy pall seems to have come over our happiness.
Had I but answers, I would relieve your fears, but the web is not fully spun, the shape of our misery not yet revealed.
We will learn it all too late, I fear. Knowledge is useless to the dead.
Not so, Miss Mina. It is in fact on account of the dead that I have come.
I fear some clue lies here within. Jonathan's trust his will these words remain unread. But I must know what has brought him to this horrid precipice. Will you help me, Professor?
Welcome. Enter freely and go safely, leaving something of the happiness which you bring.
Count Dracula.
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome, Mr. Harker. Come in. The night air is a chill. You need eat and rest.
I brought the papers you requested regarding the properties in London. Furthermore, Mr. Dawkins, my superior,
Mr. Harker,
Yes?
you've traveled far. Let your host see to your pleasures before you see to his business. I do hope you're hungry.
I am, actually.
I pray you sit and sup as you please. And you will, I trust, excuse me for not joining you, for I have already dined, and I do not sup. Please, enjoy. Ah, A gift from Attila. The Huns were despicable, but they knew their wine.
Ah, yes, then. Passed down from an ancient recipe.
A gift from an ancient adversary.
Won't you join me then?
Won't you join me then?
Pardon?
My apologies, Mr. Harker, but I must study you. I must learn your ways. How is it?
It's delicious.
Yes.
You don't partake?
Of wine?
Yes.
No, not of wine.
Well, if it be not too bold, may I?
Bold, yes. Is that the way of things in London? Bold? Please tell me. I must know all I can of your city.
So you've never been?
No. But I have my maps, and my charts, and books. Many books. And as I read, I imagine. And as I imagine, I hunger.
London is a fine city.
More to the point, friend. Is it a crowded city? How I delight in the bustling streets, peopled by the mad whirl and rush of humanity. Oh, to be in the midst of that banquet of life.
I should, I think, enjoy the country. The riding space, the riding and hunting.
Hunt, do you?
When time allows.
And pray, what do you hunt?
Bear, elk, the occasional deer.
Knife or bow?
Both, actually.
I shall like you, Mr. Harker. I, too, like the occasional deer. We are fighters, you see. We Carpathians have bravery and conquest in our veins. It is no wonder that when the Magyar, the Avar, the Lombard, and Turkish poured their thousands upon our frontier, we pushed them back. Legion after legion came for our lands, but we sentenced them to heaven instead. We are a fierce people, Mr. Harker, with a wealth of victories like the Habsburgs and Romanovs will never know.
You speak with the passion of one who was there.
Da Vinci have I known, Charlemagne, Bach, but, Mr. Harker, great men like galaxies end in dust. We Carpathians have come to know that our time, the warlike days are over. In our world, Mr. Harker, blood is too precious a thing to be spilt. But I have spoken too long. It is near morning, and I must retire. I leave you to your rest. One thing, Mr. Harker. You may go anywhere in the castle that you like, except where the doors are locked. Where, of course, you will wish not to go. We are in Transylvania, Mr. Harker, and Transylvania is not England. Our ways are not your ways. There will be to you many strange things, but did you see with my eyes and know with my knowledge, you would better understand. Good night and good morning.
Miss Mina, read on.
I'm afraid I'm mistaken, Professor. There's nothing here to enlighten us.
Miss Mina, I beg of you, these notes, this shorthand was written for a reason. We must read on.
I'll not waste my time. These are business dealings with an aged nobleman and nothing more. The secrets Jonathan spoke of must be elsewhere.
Listen to me. Hidden in the world, in the dark creases of books, in the swirl of ink on innocent pages, hidden there are dark and mysterious things. And if we are to reach into the darkness and bring Jonathan a gleam of peace, we must not be deterred. We must from this moment on be relentless. We must know the all of it. Now, page forward, Miss Mina. I pray you. Page forward and read on.
Who's there?
You needn't turn. I don't wish to disturb you, but only to study you, to learn the curve of your neck,
I shall be leaving in the morning. I had not intended to stay a full week, and since our business here is nearly complete, I shall...
Mr. Harker,
Yes?
you've cut yourself.
So I have.
Please, allow me. Ah, the children of the night. What beautiful music they make. You must take care, Mr. Harker. Take care of how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous in this country than you'll ever know.
Where are my papers? Answer me! All my papers, they're gone. The notes, the letters, even the deed to the property itself, as yet unsigned, gone.
You've been blessed with the disappearance. How fortunate.
But this journal, how did it survive?
The shorthand, he knew not its contents.
And my clothes, all but what I have on is missing.
I will find you a nice cape. Now, tell me of my new home.
As I've told you each week.
Please, Mr. Harker, I must be certain. Is it an old place?
Well, yes, of course. As I've told you each
Oh, I
night.
am glad, Mr. Harker, for you see, I am old in ways which few can rival, and to live in a new place would kill me. Do tell me its name again. Excellent. A fine and noble name. And its location? Splendid.
Wait, go back. We must know. The name and location, we must know it.
It's not here. There's nothing here.
Let me see that.
The page is burned away in 2 places.
How can that be?
As for the light, Mr. Harker, is it well appointed?
Well, no, in fact. It is quite shrouded in
I
darkness.
commend you, Mr. Harker, for you see I love the shade, the shadow, the solitude and potent quiet of the night.
But there's no quiet here. Only this digging. I am forever hearing the sound. Shovels digging, doors being opened and shut. What is the meaning of that?
That work is entrusted to another solicitor, my friend.
And the boxes. Great wooden boxes have been hauled away. And for what reason?
The gypsies below are doing my bidding. I beg you, Mr. Harker, not to press me any further. I must go to England. I am starving here. For want of companionship. For want of life. Here's the deed to the property, Mr. Harker.
How did you...
It lacks only your signature. Please, come and finish what you started. Your work shall be rewarded tenfold.
I want to leave.
Very well.
I want to leave tonight.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Why?
My horses and coachmen are away.
I'll walk.
Alone amongst the wolves.
I'll hazard a chance. Now please, point me to the door.
Mr. Harker, I will point you to all the doors.
Wait! No!
Jonathan!
You English have a phrase. Welcome the coming, speed the parting guest.
No,
You see, Mr. Harker, I am happy to speed your parting.
no, let me go. I must go.
I have all I need of you, Mr. Harker. The work is at an end.
I must tell them of the digging, of the boxes of earth.
And I will carry your memory with me to England.
Mina, Obi-Wan, oh Mina.
That is enough for tonight. Put yourself through no more, I beg of you.
No, Professor, you're right. I must page forward. I must know it. I must know it all.
Wait, what are you? No, let me go. Oh, I must go.
How dare you! How dare you touch him? He is mine! Back to your places! Your time shall come with him. Tomorrow I set sail, and then you may feast upon him at your will.
And tonight?
Tonight! What of it?
Are we to have nothing?
My God!
And to you, Mr. Harker, my great good thanks to you. I leave you in the loving hands of my Carpathian people.
No!
And I, Mr. Harker.
I'm here, Master!
My God, it's true! I am bound for England!
this room?
None whatsoever. The room was built for dignitaries who, on occasion, would visit the asylum to show that they were a friend to those less fortunate. Most quickly found that they cannot stomach the inmates, and thus spent their time safely locked away in here. What is it?
It's just a bit of dirt.
I'll have the staff be more thorough.
Be sure, too, that they allow no strangers to enter.
They won't, I assure you.
Assurance is not enough, John. They must be vigilant. They must be rigorously on guard against the unknown. Pay special attention to the doors and windows.
Professor, I'm afraid I don't understand.
It was necessary to move Miss Lucy from her home to a safer room. You have provided that here at the asylum.
But safe from what?
Do not fear, John, but think the most improbable. And as you think it, remember our promise to one another. Do not enlighten, and thus not alarm the others. There is misery enough among them.
But what effect will garlic have on her loss of blood?
Perhaps none, and perhaps all. You've been of great help to her, John, and no less than blood she is your bride.
No man knows until he experiences it what it is to feel life drawn away into the veins of the woman he adores.
Further, I trust in your inspection you encountered the marks on Miss Lucy's neck.
Yes, I did.
And you mean to tell me you have no suspicion as to what is killing your dear Lucy?
A nervous prostration following on great loss of blood.
And how is the blood lost? John, it is the fault of our science that it wants to explain everything, and if it fails, then it says there's nothing to explain.
But if her blood, great quantities of her blood, were lost through the wound in her neck, where did it go? If it was not on her clothing, her bedding, and nowhere to be seen, and it happened as you say, what took it out?
A package has arrived for you, Professor.
Splendid, if you'll place it on the bed. And Miss Lucy?
She's on her way.
I'll see her up, excuse me.
Professor Van Helsing, I must ask
Oh,
you...
Miss Mina, how can I say what I owe to you? Mr. Harker's journal was a sunshine to me. It opened a gate shrouded in superstition and disregard, and it dazzled me with insight.
Yes, I gather that, but even still...
If ever Abraham Van Helsing can do anything for you or yours, if ever I may serve you as a friend, I trust you will let me know. There are darknesses in this life, and there are lights. And you, Miss Mina, are surely one of the lights.
Well, there is something.
Please.
Lucy has told you of her dreams, but I fear they are not dreams.
What do you mean?
Many nights I'd awake to find her gone, walking in her sleep among the cliffs. Many nights I found her there and brought her home. And then she began to grow ill. Professor, I have pledged Lucy my confidence, so I must ask you...
Miss Mina, your words have my trust. Now, when you found her at the cliffs, was she alone?
Yes. Yes, each time one. Once there was a man, or a shadow of a man, all in black, his face in shadow. I thought nothing of it till reading Jonathan's journal. But the man he described in the Count's plans to come to London. I know not what this means, but there seems to be some strange thread of continuity, some... No, it's too strange. You'll laugh and think me foolish.
Oh, my dear, I have learned not to belittle anyone's beliefs, no matter how strange. For it is not the ordinary things which close our minds, but the extraordinary things, those mysteries on the fringe of our thinking.
Well, this then my request. I want to know what you know and be informed of what you learn as you learn it.
Well, Mr. Harker's suffering falls within the range of my...
Professor, you have promised me your friendship. Is your promise a worthy one or not?
Here we are.
Oh, it's just as you described.
Professor?
You have my word.
But you said nothing of the smell. My God!
Medical contrivance, nothing more.
One of us will stay here at all times to keep watch and assure your safety.
And this, Miss Lucy, is for you.
Such flattery do the unwell receive. Oh, Professor, such a beautiful wreath. I shall hang it on the...
It's to be worn.
Worn?
Like this.
Well, the garlic around the window is one thing, sir, but I'm afraid I
It will
can't...
guard against your bad dreams, Miss Lucy.
But it's common garlic. I fear you are having a joke on me, Professor.
I warn you, do not thwart me. There is no jest in what I do. Only grim purpose. Take care to mind me, if not for your sake, then for that of the others.
I trust you have reasons for what you do, but I must say it puzzles me. For a stranger to walk in, they'd think you were working a spell to keep out an evil spirit.
Maybe I am.
Dr. Seward?
What is it?
It's Renfield, sir. You must come.
John!
May I come with you? This madman may serve as an index to our investigation.
In what way?
Have not his outburst coincided with Miss Lucy's bad dreams? We leave you in the best of hands.
Professor! What is happening to me?
You mustn't think of it. You need only to rest and...
Mina?
Yes?
Promise me this.
Anything at all.
Promise you'll forgive me.
Don't be silly, Lucy. Forgive you for what?
For something I know not of. But there are dark imaginings in me. I have fought to rid my mind of them. But they rise up within me, bringing color to my cheeks and a sickly taste in my mouth. God help me, Mina. I don't know what I've become.
Oh, and do let me recount how she came into the room with such joie de vivre, such an easy gracefulness which would command the respect of any lunatic. For easiness is the one quality mad people respect the most. Arriving from Gloucester, pray, what news?
Where did this chair come from?
From one who holds me in high esteem.
From the one you call master?
Oh, where did you find him?
Renfield, listen to
And
me!
the girl, John. No wonder you're heartbroken. She came by using an assumed name. I found that dashing. We talked. I spoke of my fondness for Mozart, but she bested me with her treatise on Bach.
Miss Lucy has been upstairs all day.
She's a very clever girl. Called herself Mina. She claimed to be lost, but then we're all lost in here, aren't we? I do hope she found her way.
You're speaking of Miss Mina, then.
Name them what you will, right, Johnny? Any bride will do.
I will not tolerate this kind of...
John, match not manners with wits. Pursue it as it plays.
Her voice like water. Could you point me to the guest room? I seem to have taken a wrong turn. I quoth her a sonnet and sent her on her way. A lovely creature. She shall be missed.
Missed? Do say more. In what way was she be missed?
I entreat you, Dr. Seward, to let me out of this madhouse. Send me away from here, anywhere you will, or I'll be forced to do something terrible.
And what would that be?
I'm in great danger, sir.
You're in no danger at all. You're perfectly safe here.
I'm speaking from the depth of my soul. You do not know what you do by keeping me here. You do not know whom you shall harm. And I, bound to secrecy, I cannot tell you.
You'll stay here till the court deems you fit. And these wild terrains in no way for your wish to be considered sane.
Drag me away, bind me, beat me, tie me to a rock, and throw me in jail. Do whatever you must, but send me from here and save my soul from this guilt.
Calm yourself
What guilt
and
do you
explain.
speak of?
Oh, hear me. By all you hold sacred, by all you hold dear, for your love that is lost, for your hope that still lives, for the sake of the dear God Almighty.
That's enough
Hear
now!
him out! Don't you see, Johnny? I'm cured! I'm no lunatic in a mad fit, but a sane man fighting for his soul!
See that he goes nowhere!
Hear me now! Blood is the life. Blood is the life.
And now? What is your thesis now?
My thesis is this. I want you to believe.
To believe what?
To believe in things that you cannot. That is the essence of faith. To accept things which cannot be proved.
With all due respect, my patience with your cryptic homilies is coming to an end.
Can you tell me why men in all ages, in all places, have believed that there are some few who live on always? That there are men and women who cannot die?
I did what I could to warn you. Remember that.
How is she?
I don't know, Doctor. Miss Mina's been with her.
Doctor!
What?
What is it? What has happened to your arm?
Oh, clumsiness, I'm afraid. Miss Mina, if I may. Did you have occasion to see one of my patients earlier today?
In fact, I did. I became lost and entered a corridor. I opened a large door and found myself amongst one of your inmates. I was quite flummoxed. I spoke to a Count Renfield.
Count?
Or so he called himself. He spoke of his love for the violin. Well, I shall leave our dear Lucy to you. She seems to be doing much better. Her sleep is very peaceful and her color is restored.
And Mr. Harker, how is he?
Professor Van Helsing has been with him, and with good results, I think. May God's kindness be with us all.
Miss, come quickly! Find Professor Van Helsing. Send him directly here. Tell him that they are gone. The marks on her neck, they've disappeared. She's healed. Quickly now, go! Lucy! Lucy, wake up! Lucy! Lucy, come on now. Lucy, wake up! Lucy! Lucy, come on! Lucy, wake up! Lucy! Lucy? Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Lucy. Lucy, please. Lucy, please, wake up. No. Lucy, no. No, Lucy. Please, wake up. Lucy.
Oh, Johnny, don't cry. I'm right here. I'm right here with you.
Lucy?
We're all alone, Johnny.
Lucy, it can't be.
Come here. Please. Such warm hands. I like that.
Lucy, you have no pulse. No pulse at all. What is going on?
Kiss me. Please, Johnny. Haven't you wanted to? I have. Oh, my love. I'm so glad you're here. Please, kiss me. I broke your heart, Johnny, and I shall never rest till you forgive me. Please, come to me, and let me show you my true heart. That's it. That's it. Oh, I've wanted this for so long. You were right, you know. We do, each of us, have a secret life. And I want you to know mine. So please, close your eyes, Johnny. Will you do that for me? Good. Now, kiss me.
Not for your life! Oh, not for your living soul or mine! You shall not have him!
My God! What has happened to him?
Be mine!
Never!
What in God's name?
Quiet, John. It is leaving her.
My true friend! Guard him from me! Give me peace! Keep him safe! For he is my true friend!
I swear on it. That's all now. She's gone from us.
God be thanked. Her suffering is at an end.
Not so, John. I'm afraid it's just the beginning. We must arrange for the entombment as soon as possible. Then we must wait.
Wait for what?
There are strange and terrible days ahead of us. I entreat you, have faith in me. And if it be in your heart, pity me.
For what reason? It is I who have lost the light of my life.
Pity me because I know why.
But you tell us nothing. You test the limits of my sympathetic understanding.
Now, Mr. Harker, from the facts of your journal, you are in no danger, nor is Miss Mina. This room, in fact all of the asylum, will remain safe as long as no stranger is granted permission to enter. You are right, Mr. Harker. The Count is somewhere in London, and we shall find his whereabouts through you.
But the name of the property, though, remains lost to me.
As he burned it from the journal, so too he burned it from your mind.
I will find it, Professor. I am in your debt. You have shown me that I did in fact see what I imagined. And for that cure, I am ever at your service.
Let us then be friends all our lives. Now, John, there is bitter water we must pass through before we arrive at the sweet.
Enough! Either tell me your plan or leave us now in peace. I'm through being spoken to as if I were a child.
You are a grown man, is that right?
That's right.
And no longer my student.
That's right.
And the man who once saved my life.
Yes.
Well, John, our accounts are settled.
And what does that mean?
I have just saved yours. She is the undead, the restless bloodletting vampire. She has been cursed with immortality and must go on, age after age, preying on the lifeblood of humanity, and multiplying the evils of the world in an ever-widening circle of malevolent destruction. Nosferatu, scourge of Christendom, the lords of Lucifer.
Professor, have you gone mad?
Oh, that I had. Madness would be easy to bear compared with a truth such as this. Why, friend, do you think I've taken such time, such care to tell you? Knowing of your love for her, I wish to be gentle. But it is no longer your heart which is at risk, John, but your heart's emission.
If these wild accounts be so, then we are too late. Is that right? Her soul is already lost.
Lost, but for our daring. Following her entombment, we shall go to her grave, this in secret to protect her good name, and to bring no more of her kind down upon us. And once there, we shall drive a stake through her heart and sever her head from her body.
Professor! What have I done that you would torture me so? I will never consent to that. I will never have a two-year-old grade dishonored in such a way. It's unthinkable that you, a learned man,
Oh, John, I'll show you the unthinkable. If you dare join me in her tomb the night of her burial, I will convince you of my plan.
Drink up now. That's a good boy.
Won't you ask me to enter? My patience is very thin.
Where are you?
I am everywhere. I am rock and water, cloud and fall, like the hunt in the eyes of the beast.
I told you before. I told you no. I would not be damned as a devil's accomplice.
Did I not send you the flies, great fat ones with steel and sapphire on their wings? And then the moths, the heads of death emblazoned on their backs?
The Akarosia Antropus.
Yes, but I will not stop there.
No more! I'm listening no more!
Rats, rats, and more rats. Hundreds, thousands, millions of them. And every one alike.
No!
And cats to eat the rats. And dogs to eat the cats. All filled with luscious red blood. All filled with years and years of life.
And the dogs. What to eat the dogs?
The wolves.
Oh!
All these lives shall be yours and will fall down and worship me.
Oh!
All these lives and more I will give you if you worship me from now to time eternal.
I'm your servant.
Now, bid me enter.
Enter, my lord and master. Enter. I've waited patiently, master. I have waited with diligence for you.
And great shall be your reward.
Master! Take me with you, master!
And here's another. That's 3 of them in 2 days.
Missing like the others.
Yes, a little boy, 6 years old, found lost and disoriented, and claiming like the others to have been snatched up by the bloofer lady.
How odd.
And on the same day as Lucy's funeral. It's too much to bear. Jonathan, you've not told me where you're going.
You are safe here, Mina.
But that's not what I asked. We're to have no secrets. That's our pact. Now it's nearly midnight. Where are you going?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
I have been asked not to.
By whom? Jonathan, please.
By Professor Von Helsing. He's assured me that neither of us are in danger. But Miss Lucy must be attended to, and the whereabouts of the Count must be discovered.
Attended to? What can that mean? Lucy's been entombed for days, and not 2 hours ago we said our final prayers over her. Jonathan, please. What is it?
You must trust in my silence, Mina. You must stay here where it is safe.
In all the great rounds of its daily course, the sun rises on no life more miserable than mine. He has betrayed me. And mark these words. Right now, turn to the person next to you and borrow a pencil, for I shall not say this again. One should rather die than be betrayed. There's no deceit in death. It delivers precisely what it has promised. Betrayal, though. Betrayal is the willful slaughter of hope. It shall not sit.
Now it is time. Now that the sun is about to rise, let us look within.
Never have I endured such a more woeful night. Standing in this graveyard for hours, and for what reason?
John, help us here, and may your eyes see what your heart refuses.
My God!
It's as I feared.
What have you done with her? Answer me! In this very crypt I'd seen her laid, and you are behind this, aren't you? And I, of all people, not to recognize the madness which stands before me!
John, listen to me!
With what malice do you lure the living into your purpose? And with what ghastly plans do you inflict upon the dead?
Dr. Seward, calm yourself!
What have you done with her?
You require more proof? Well, you shall have it.
Little boy, come and see me, little boy.
Who's there? Back away and observe.
I'm a friend of the children. I'm the bloofer lady. Won't you come out and play? That would make the bloofer lady happy. Hi there, Johnny. Want to be my little friend?
Lucy?
Let me have that!
There's no need. The sun is almost up.
Come to Lucy. My arms are so hungry for you. Come to me and let me be yours.
That's not her, John. That's not the Lucy you know.
Who knows you better, Johnny? Who's loved you all these years?
Deception, nothing more, and it shall not work.
I know your thoughts, Jack. I know your wishes before you wish them.
Lucy, what have they done to you?
They've given me life. Life eternal. Yours for a kiss, Johnny. It's all yours for a kiss.
Just another minute, John. The sun will be up and it will be safe.
You still want me, Johnny. I know it.
It is not your beauty that is gone. It is your soul!
No!
It is your soul that I love! Where has it gone? Answer me!
No, Johnny, no more!
My love has turned to hate, and my desire loathing!
No!
I could kill you myself!
No!
Keep faith now. It's almost over. Soon you will see her as she was. The jewels, Mr. Harker. If I could spare you any of it, my friend, I surely would.
Let's be done with it.
The host, the holy bread, will sanctify her eternal bed. She will take her rest with the angels. I will place the point over her heart and speak the holy words as you strike.
No!
John, we must!
It was my hand that loved her best, and it will be my hand to deliver her.
We come in peace for the sake of our dear friend, Miss Lucy. May the light of heaven drive this wretched darkness from her soul. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Look now. Look on her face.
She has changed back.
No longer the devil's concubine. She is the Lucy we loved, her sweetness and purity restored. John, if you will, kiss her now as she asked, and let this kiss send her to heaven. Mr. Harker and I will finish up. Her mouth must be filled with garlic and her head severed. One step of our work will then be done. What remains is the greater task, to locate the author of these, our sorrows, and rid him from the world.
Professor!
Yes?
Has Miss Lucy screamed the final time? I felt the Bible grow warm in my hands.
It is the power of the Lord.
But this further, a word has been burned into the cover.
Carfax.
Count's destination, an estate here in London.
You're certain?
Yes, I am.
Miss Lucy's final gift to us. John, do you know of this estate? John, what is it?
If only we had known. We might have saved her.
I don't understand.
Carfax! It adjoins the asylum. He has been this whole time within our midst.
Mina!
Further blood! Spider blood! Fly blood! The mad are mad, so long as they're chained. But loosed and afoot, are they the rampant, wretched, sane? Make a wish.
Mina!
Jonathan!
You're safe.
You assured me I would be. Why?
I want us to be married.
And we shall be in 2 months. The plans are made.
Now, I want us to partake of the holy bread and join our souls as man and wife.
But my love, why now?
Should any harm befall us, either of us.
Jonathan, I'm here. We're safe now. What is it?
The rosary.
Oh, it must have fallen this morning as I dressed. There. You see? All is well.
As the days passed, I alone began to suspect the change in her. The skin growing more pale, the distant, listless gaze. In our efforts to protect Miss Mina, we had, too literally, I'm afraid, kept her in the dark. The deeper part of the secret is that she herself seemed unaware, a stranger to her own transformation.
Thank you for coming. I shall waste no time in making my point. And if either of you feel that I speak above my station, let the magnitude of circumstance serve as my apology. But this silence, this darkness between us has to come to an end. If we work together as a group, we shall be stronger than either night slept fitfully. I've been plagued by disturbing dreams and heard noises in the dark. You've been in search of the Count. And so too, I fear, have I.
My God!
I have no memory of it, but the marks are clear. Now you must tell me, is this how Lucy died? There's some maladventure involving the Count? Keep this from me no longer, Professor?
There are such things as vampires. They have been everywhere that men have ever known. The Nosferatu have the strength of 20 men, and the ancient ones, like our Count Dracula, come with the cunning of the ages. He can transform himself into wolf or bat, mist or fog, any form of nature which suits him. He casts no shadow, can be seen in no mirror. And for sustenance, one thing only, the blood of the living. And when his special palpabum is plenty, he grows younger, his faculties stronger. His ghastly power is more vital by the hour.
And to those bitten, his hunger brings death.
Death of goodness, yes, but life eternal amid the damned. Those bitten, repeatedly as I pray to our Lord you have not been, become the very things which afflicted them, the disciples of the night.
But how could this change befall Mina? She is pure of heart. She is
So too, I'm afraid, was the Count. I have studied him for many years. In life, he was a man of the utmost virtue. The terror of it is, my friend, that this evil grows richest in a soul most pure.
You assured me that she would be safe, Professor. You gave me your word.
This power to this point is best in our knowledge.
Waste no more of our time. Now please, tell me directly. Is there no way to defeat this monster?
Oh, there is a way, Mr. Harker. Dracula can do all these many things, but he is not free. He is shackled to the laws of the night. His power ceases, as is that of all evil things, at the coming of the day. Certain objects hold a telling power over him. The garlic you know of, the bread of Holy Communion, the Holy Cross of our Lord, and the branch of the wild rose, which when placed on his coffin serves to lock him fast within. He may not, at first, enter any location unless someone who dwells there bid him enter.
Meaning someone lived with Lucy.
And at Mina.
And most to the moment, he must each day sleep in his native soil or he will die.
The digging.
Exactly. That is what you heard at his castle. Boxes of Transylvanian soil being filled. Boxes that are here, now in London.
The ship's log notes the Count's cargo consisted of 50 boxes. And just today, at Carfax, the Professor and I discovered 48 of them.
I sanctified the soil each, making them of no use to the Count. When we find the remaining boxes, we shall find the man himself. Finally, these words above all others. If we in this room fail, our fate is not of mere life or death. It is that we become as him, foul things of the night, without heart, without conscience, preying on the quivering bodies of those we love best. If we fail, to us forever are the gates of heaven shut. Look to your own hearts and answer. Are we to cower in the face of such adversity? Or are we, as Miss Mina has so bravely said, to rise up and hunt this wretch to his true death? With a steadfast belief in science, a fierce reliance on faith, and the avid hope that there remains in us light enough to dispel the darkness, we pledge our whole selves.
Amen.
We have sealed now the end of ourselves with the death knell of the Count. Now to our plan. The remaining boxes must be found, and upon finding them...
Jonathan!
She has no strength at all.
Nothing! Quickly, move her to the bed. She's lost more blood than we thought. John, make him ready. I shall need it his veins.
Professor Von Helsing.
Breathe now and hold steady. You are giving her the life which she has stolen.
He's gone, sir! He's escaped!
Who?
Redfield! He's left the asylum!
Did he mention his master? Did he use that word?
Well, yes, he did.
Professor, come. You will lead us to the Count.
I can't leave here.
You alone know his mind. You alone can confront him.
John!
Hurry, now, there's no time to waste.
Mr. Harker...
You must go, Professor, before it's too late.
Now, Professor.
You must go!
And all night do I wait for nothing. Promises of bloody creatures teeming with life for nothing. Not even a measly little blowfly. Nothing.
Professor Von Helsing! Seward, come quickly!
I wish to be yours, Master. I wish to serve you through the ages.
Someone in here, please, help us.
I tried to warn them, but they don't listen. He's nothing but a wanted sailor with a cape. He will keep his promises to her. She will get her life. She will get her blood because she is beautiful, because she pleases him, because he can skew her with his teeth.
Professor, someone please come quickly.
But what of the rest of us? What of the great unbeautiful multitudes? What of those of us born hideous, blessed only with honest devotion? It is we who love you more truly, more deeply than she. Master! Master, forgive me, I'm here to do your bidding. Master, forget not me, your servant. Forget not I who love you. I never doubted you, Master. I knew you'd not forsake me. I knew there was a place for me in your kingdom, a holy place.
Miss Mina, my beautiful flower.
No, you won't.
I have dined with kings. I have commanded nations.
I have watched time chisel lines into the faces of young women. But time shall never scar your face. You are for the ages.
The rosary.
Read.
Toys! Why must you try my patience with your petty toys?
I am not the weak man you once met in Transylvania, Mr. Harker. Your gift of England has made me strong.
Stay away from her.
Please, Mr. Harker, you know how I prize civility. Another word and I shall defeat her your brain.
Let her be. Let her be, Rashi.
And thank you for the use of your knife. It suits my purpose well. Sweet Mina.
No, you won't. No.
Yes, I quite like it here. These men of England live lives of order and reason. Not a ripple disturbs the still surface of their complacency. But standing water grows fetid, giving rise to disease. The complacent man is my puppet, and his lover, my bride.
But why me? Only tell me, what have I done?
You are their treasure. You stir their dreams, leaving envy in their wake. All of them, Mina. Not just your betrothed, all of them desire your love. And now you, the most beautiful princess, are mine. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, kin to my kin. My beautiful, bountiful winepress.
No.
You are weak now, but here's strength. Here's sustenance. Drink and be mine. When I but whisper, come to me, you shall travel the ages to do my bidding. You will cross oceans of time.
My God!
Our theory is proof fact!
What have you done to them?
I have done all that I can, given rest to one, food to another, and heaven to a third.
Let her go!
The soil of your homeland has been sanctified by God, box after box after
No!
box. Your coffin home has been destroyed.
All of you will be sorry, each and every one of you. My revenge has just begun.
You've nowhere left to hide.
Eternity shall comfort me.
Your time is drawing near.
The century shall be my home.
Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation.
Do not mock me with your foolish prayers.
They consult to cast him down. They delight in lies.
Faith has made your lovers my jackals.
But in God is my salvation and my glory. He is my defense. I shall not be moved.
It has softened the throat for the hunger of my will.
For the Lord God has spoken.
He has spoken, but he has not been heard.
No sign of him?
1,000 white wolves running to the sea and becoming with each step mist, fog, disappearing on the horizon.
What is here? What has happened?
It's safe now. He has left.
Mina! Oh God, be with her. What has happened? This blood, is this his handiwork? Answer me!
Jonathan, stay with me.
I am here, Mina.
And all these years, I have wanted nothing more than access into the soul of a madman. Had I but known!
Amid this misery have we learned something. Notwithstanding his powers, he fears us.
How can you say that?
He fears want, he fears time. If not, why his hurried escape? The heart of our plan, the destruction of his ancient soil, is sound. We have found the 49th box.
But there is still one left.
And that I propose is for traveling.
To where?
To where else? His home, the soil I must have to survive.
Oh, Jonathan, I am unclean. You must never touch me or kiss me again. Oh, such cruel fate that I be feared by the one whom I love most of all.
Mina,
There is a poison in me, an insurrection in my soul that will lead God knows where. But this above all must you promise me, that if his influence wins over me and I enter the blackest parts of the world and become a beast such as he, you must kill me.
Never!
Without remorse, without hesitation.
Do not ask
you
of
must
me.
kill me. I'm infected by him. His blood in my lips and in my veins.
Mina!
And my blood in his. Dr. Seward,
What is it?
hypnotize me.
What?
You know the procedure, don't you? Lucy told
Well,
me
yes, but I
there
just-
is a way to know his plans and thus track him safely.
What way is that?
Through his own blood. Through me.
Yes, we have been blind, but Miss Mina has helped us to see. We too have powers, but will not be marshaled against him. John, do as she asks. Through her, let us know his thoughts. Mr. Harker, prepare passage for us. For as you who've been to, I suspect we're headed to Transylvania, to the lair of the Count.
Look now. Deep within your mind. What is there?
Darkness, nothing more.
And now the four of us heading eastward above the Orient Express.
I had the men write their wills before we left. There is no idle precaution.
And now, what is there? The same?
Yes, darkness close at hand. A musty smell around me.
The Count in his coffin. It's working.
And beyond the sound of waves, still crushing and pounding.
The hypnosis reveals the Count traveling by boat.
So we proceed overland by train to reach Varna before he does.
Days later and still the same.
No, there is a change. The waves have stopped. And now footsteps, voices.
He has reached the port.
And now we are here at Varna searching for him.
Where is he?
Searching the ship high and low.
Nothing.
He has tricked us.
He has sailed to another port.
That is the risk of hypnosis, friends. He may know our thoughts, Miss Mina.
Water again, but not crashing. A softer sound.
He is traveling by river.
Yes, the river. That's it, that's the sound.
The Seraph, I know of it from my travels. It runs through the Borgo Pass.
And to the castle.
I will procure a ship and follow him on the water.
Yes, and take Mr. Harker with you.
And what of Mina?
I will take her to the castle.
Have you gone mad?
She alone can lead us. She alone can take us to the heart of his crypt, and there we shall effect his demise.
Not for the world will I let you do this. Not by heaven or by hell.
Say no more!
She is our greatest weapon in
Have
this.
you ever, do you know what that place is?
I beg of you both, say no
Have you
more!
ever been inside that hellish den where grisly shapes appear in every speck of dust? Answer me, Professor.
Mr. Harker,
You have not felt his hungry lips upon your throat.
I take her there to save her!
Please! He's listening even now. Through me, he knows your every word. So I beg of you both, if you hold me in your heart, say no more. From this moment on, tell me nothing.
Well, Mr. Harker,
On your own soul does this lie. We are on the river now, Mr. Harker and I, following the Count's ship.
And the professor and I by wagon to the Count's castle.
Miss Mina's internal struggle is unmistakable.
At sunrise, this weakness in me. And then at sunset, this strength, this hunger.
I can see the vampire taking hold within her.
Oh, my mouth so dry. My gums so sore from the force of my teeth coming alive in my mouth.
May God make us ministers of this monster's destruction.
Oh, what changes are here that my body most welcomes, but what my mind most fears.
The Count's ship, heading towards shore, docking.
The castle now in sight.
There's the box.
Wooden box being placed into a wagon, hitched to a team.
The castle door reached, and in the distance, a wagon approaching. A wagon with no driver in its head.
Horses procured when you gave chase. Last light of day now fading.
We must take the Count in his coffin before the light is gone.
We ride in fury, we are racing the sunset.
At the castle door, the carriage stops.
The wagon pulls away, and there.
There before us, the object of our chase.
Quickly, the sun is nearly gone.
Mina, what have you done with her?
Let us first settle with the Count before it is too late.
Professor!
Harker, help me!
Man himself.
Hurry, now.
The sacred circle will keep him at bay should he escape the coffin. He cannot pass over the holy
The
bread.
sun is gone.
Quickly!
Mistake, here.
Now, Mr. Harker!
Come to me, my love. Won't you come and be my husband? My bridesmaids have brought me to the altar. Now, Jonathan, I'm ready to marry you now.
Mina, it is not too late. We can save you. We can
Now,
find...
Jonathan, there are no secrets between us now. Ah! The holy bread. You truly love me. Marry me now.
Away! Back away!
Mina!
Come to me, Mina. Marry yourself to me.
Mina, don't!
You are my bride.
Mina, be strong!
Together, we shall travel the ages.
In God is my salvation and my glory!
Mina, no!
My strength and my refuge is in God! It's over. Our work has not been in vain.
We should, I think, have some sympathy for the hunted.
Mina,
His misery is the saddest of all.
we have sent him to eternal hell where he belongs.
Mr. Harker, please, let us speak.
For someday I too may need such compassion. Would you, had I then been so guilty, deny salvation to me?
She is right. Our work is but half complete.
His soul must be to heaven sent.
Mina!
Now and only now is our work complete.
Mina, the marks on your neck, they're gone. Completely gone.
God be praised. May you now, Mina and Jonathan, be rightfully joined in his name. May these unholy hours serve only to strengthen your resolve. May the light of love vanquish all fear, for now and forever.
Gone. The skin, the hair, the bones. The very man himself. All crumbled into dust and gone.
The God of Light has emerged victorious. But there is no joy in such a victory, for the web of darkness is constantly being woven. From the ashes of conquest is born revenge. And so, we vow to remain vigilant. What we have seen with our own eyes and heard with our own ears shall stay with us always, not as memory, but as living truth.
all of us, grateful for your patronage. And we bid you this one final thought. There are dark imaginings in the world. And though a foe, when vanquished, is gone from sight, a fear, once rooted in your mind, is yours forever. Sweet dreams.